That judge is responsible for that. Teresa Molina Gonzalez. There she is. This is gross negligence resulting in the death or extreme harm to a human being. In any other workplace, that would get you arrested and put on trial, indicted. Arrested and indicted. Gross negligence of duties of your job resulting in the death or harm of a human being. Nothing happens to them. They don't even lose their job. This woman sits on the bench today as we speak. Maybe. Let's see what she's all about. Here's a couple of questions she was asked during an interview. When you reflect on your career, what accomplishment are you most proud of? The accomplishment that I'm most proud of in my career is being the first Puerto Rican judge ever appointed and elected to a countywide judicial position in Cook County. Out of everything. Becoming a lawyer, becoming a judge, anything else she may have done. I don't know if she's a parent. The accomplishment she's most proud of is being Puerto Rican. So she's obviously got this race bullshit thing going on. And many of these liberal activist judges have this thing where they look at a minority defendant and they give them so much fucking latitude. And they cut them so much slack. This guy should have been in jail years ago. Let's go crazy and say after 30 arrests, this guy should have been in jail, never again to see the light of day. Give him 30 arrests. After 49, they let this guy out to light a woman on fire. And this woman will be a judge. Nothing will happen to her. I'm originally from Cleveland and moved to Chicago after law school. I knew almost no one in Chicago at the time. After years of working here, establishing my reputation and making connections, I was appointed to the bench in 2019 and elected in 2020. As an attorney who was in court nearly every day of my career, I never once had the opportunity to step up before a Latina judge. Now I'm proud to say that so many other Latinas are becoming judges. And I'm so excited about a judiciary that actually represents all of the community. Well, it doesn't seem to work very well having Latina judges because they don't know how to distribute justice. They don't know how to do their job like a judge that wouldn't give a fuck about the race of the judge. Like a judge that was voted in, is sitting on the bench and doesn't fucking have to think about their race. And is it similar to the race of the defendant? And now should I be more sympathetic toward another minority group being brought before my bench because I am from a minority group? That's a gross fucking miscarriage of justice. And again, gross negligence resulting in the death or harm of a human being. Jail this fucking woman. Put her in jail. Start locking these judges up and you will see them change their fucking tune. Lickety split. I used lickety split already during the gay shit. Sorry. I don't want that to become a crutch. Jesus. But there you go. Why is diversity important on the bench? The correct answer to this is, oh, it isn't. It isn't. I am a judge dispensing justice, making decisions based on the rule of law. Diversity has nothing to do with it. Justice is blind. It's weighing evidence. It is not looking at skin color. It doesn't care about diversity. This law that is written is the law of the land for this person, this person, this person, regardless of their race, their background, religion. So the answer to why is diversity important on the bench is it isn't. But what does she say? Diversity on the bench is important because it allows all people to be represented. It instills faith and integrity in our judicial system. It is not just one group of people making decisions for another group, but instead allows individuals with different experiences and perspectives to use those experiences in applying the law. It allows the public to see people that look like them serving in this important position of trust. That is so fucking wrong. If you are qualified to be a judge, and I would assume that entails having an unbelievable knowledge of the law, your personal experiences don't mean shit. They should never mean shit. Oh, I was robbed once. I'm a judge. I was robbed. I know what that feels like. Here's a guy that's now facing me in court, and he's accused of robbery. Well, I'm going to fuck with him. I'm going to do everything I can to use my power as the judge in his case to put him in jail because of my personal experience. Now, I don't think anyone would think that's the right thing to do. You apply the law as it's supposed to be applied to everyone, regardless of race. And it works the other way, too. If your experience is that you had to struggle growing up, and maybe a parent or a brother or sister had to resort to some kind of theft to support the family, and you see somebody come up and you're now sympathetic to that person because of a shared experience, do you then give them a lighter sentence because of that? Or do you apply the rule of law? Certain circumstances can dictate how strict you are with your sentence. Like the example I just gave, a judge might exercise leniency in that case because of the mitigating circumstance of they were getting food. A judge might go, all right, it's not as bad as I was buying drugs or shit like that. But just because of a shared racial component, you then throw away the rule of law. And these are minor things I'm talking about that a judge might be okay having some kind of latitude with sentencing or allowing certain aspects of the defendant's past in there. But a case where a man was arrested 49 fucking times and has an arson problem, a violent felon, and you let him out, I have to assume you're doing that based on your race and his race, and you feeling that diversity is important on the bench. Yeah. We got to start hanging these motherfuckers. Sorry if it seems a little rash. But how else do you deal with this? This does not align with a civil society. A civil society needs laws. It needs to enforce those laws. And then it needs a judicial system that is willing to go the distance to make sure that the people that aren't paying attention and obeying those laws pay a price for it. And they are removed, at least for a time and sometimes permanently, from that very civil society that has decided they want the rules to be in place and want people to adhere to them. That is the system we wanted, the system we put together over the course of history, and the system we've all agreed to live by. So why are these judges fucking up the system like this? It can't be allowed. There needs to be unbelievable retribution, punishment to judges like that. Gross neglect. That's what it is. You've neglected your responsibilities in your job, and it directly resulted in the death or harm of a human being. You got to pay for that. You got to do something to make up for doing that to somebody. Just as you would if you ran them over with your car, you were drinking, you shot them while you were cleaning your gun. You got to go through the fucking system. That woman needs to be arrested, indicted, and tried for neglecting her duties to the extent where somebody was set on fucking fire.